Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Robyn with Robyn's Southern Nest. Today I'm going to be restyling our kitchen cabinet that is full of our Rae Dunn, and I just felt like a lot of you have requested how to style shelves, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to kind of go through the process of how I like to style and group things on a shelf. But before I get started, I need to get some caffeine in me. So just a little tip, whenever you're starting a project like this, go ahead and set the mood. So get yourself a cup of coffee, tea, wine, whatever you want to drink. Get your candle lit, set some music on. Right now I'm listening to Luke Combs as I do this. So those kind of things just help me get in the mood to start a project like this. So before I restyle a space, I like to clear off the space completely. I just like to start with a blank slate, and then I go ahead and clean the shelves. Today I'm using a method cleaner. It's for wood. This is a painted wood surface, but it honestly worked just fine. So and it's also an almond scent, which is my favorite. It just kind of like, again, sets the mood for when you're doing a project, when your cleaner smells really nice too. I'm going to be styling this space in sections, so I'm going to work on the first, middle section first. That seemed to be the dustiest area, so I'm going ahead and moving some of the things that were on the left side over to the right, because I felt like the left side was kind of like an afterthought, and I just kind of crammed stuff in there. I didn't really style it, so that's what I'm doing here. And kind of my process is to pick out the larger pieces, set those in place, and kind of do like a zigzag pattern. So as you can see, I have on the top shelf, I did a grouping of 2, and then I went down to the bottom, grouping of 3, and then again, kind of setting those bigger pieces, and then you can fill in with the smaller pieces later. And since the Rae Dunn is all white ceramic, I decided to add in some more texture with baskets and some florals just to kind of break up all of the white that's going on in the cabinet. So that's a good kind of rule of thumb, is to bring in some more texture if you're working with items that look very similar. Again, I love like the whole white look, but I wanted to kind of break it up and give it some added interest. And another easy way to add interest to your shelves is to bring in some artwork. My favorite form of art is black and white photography. I'll go ahead and link the artist of this print up above, so if you're interested in that. But it just kind of draws your eye to all different areas of the shelves instead of having one focal point. So that's just a good little tip. I love having photography in the kitchen. I'm still currently trying to find a good piece to go above our mantle. But I know the right piece is out there somewhere. And as you'll notice, I kind of switch things up a little bit. I like to stand back, look at it, and then reevaluate. I also like to add in some risers to certain things. That way it gives that height. You don't want everything on the same level. So that's another tip, is to have everything kind of varied in heights when you're styling a shelf. I also decided to keep the middle section of Rae Dunn everything turned around, so you'll notice like none of the letters are turned face forward. I felt like it just kind of needed to be broken up into sections. So like the left side is kind of my overage of stuff, holiday mugs, serveware, that sort of thing. The middle section's more of like my display pieces and jars, and then the right side is where I keep all of the everyday mugs, and I did keep the letters turned the right way. But if you have a Rae Dunn cabinet, I'd highly recommend maybe trying something different, turning them around, just so that it's not all lettering, because it can be a little overwhelming. So I'm just gonna throw this out there because I'm sure I'll get some comments. I realize that this is a lot of Rae Dunn, but it's something that I collect. My friends and family give it to me. It makes me happy. So I'm sure there's a lot of you that also collect other things. This is just one thing that I collect. So let me know down in the comments why you guys watch these videos. Is it for motivation, inspiration, relaxation? I get kind of all across the board. So I love to hear you guys' feedback on why you like to watch these videos, because for me, like a cleaning video does relax me, but it also motivates me at the same time. So I always like to know, what kind of draws you in and what you like about the video. Also, if you are a Rae Dunn collector, what is your all-time favorite piece? I know that's really hard to pick, but I'd love to know down in the comments. If you guys are also Rae Dunn collectors, let me know your favorite piece down in the comments. Okay, I felt like my little mug rack needed a riser, so I'm just sticking that up on the shelf because this shelf is pretty wide, so I wanted everything to be raised up a little bit. So that's another easy tip, like I mentioned earlier, is to add risers where you need them. That way every height is varied. So here's just an overview of each cabinet individually, or each section of the cabinet. So up top I have a lot of bowls and serveware, and then all of my holiday mugs are on the left side. Then up here I just have some little canisters, that little acorn my mom gave us when we moved into this house, some photography canisters down below, a little cookie jar, and I always keep our bananas over here in a basket. And then the last section of this cabinet is where I keep all of the mugs, so I just kind of stack those up. I also have my grandma's scale up there, with a little less is more sign. So yeah, I like how it turned out. I probably in the fall will switch out the flowers and add in some more warm tones, but I really appreciate you guys stopping by today. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I will catch you guys in another video. Thanks for flying by.